more top 10 best moments of 2013. The captain of Neighborhood Watch, George Zimmerman, guns down 17-year-old Trayvon Martin. Then Zimmerman walks free in a stunning not guilty verdict. Since then, Zimmerman just can't stay out of trouble. Multiple traffic stops, domestic arrests, as Zimmerman just keeps on walking free. Nobody willing to press charges. I take on Zimmerman's so-called spokesperson and friend, Frank Taaffe. Also with me tonight, spokesperson and friend of George Zimmerman, the illustrious Frank Taaffe.
If murder 2 is off the plate, guess what's right behind coming off the plate? Manslaughter. They still, if self-defense is in murder 2,
why don't you just pull out your Ouija board, Taaffe, and tell me what's going to happen? Because you're not telling me where you're getting this zany 5-to-1 thing. I think you've got a Ouija board down your pants, and you're going to pull that out. You're using a Ouija board to figure out what's going to happen with George next?
No, Nancy, if you remember back in July
when I called
for the acquittal.
That's what you told us this afternoon.
No, you said to me, Taaffe, what do you got down your pants, an Ouija board? And in this season of giving, Nancy, I have a gift for you. And it is, what I'd like to present to you tonight is your own personal Ouija board that you can use. It's my Christmas gift to you, that you can use in the future to help you decide on these cases. But I went strictly on the facts and the evidence. I didn't use an Ouija board.
COD.
You know, you keep talking about this gun. George had a concealed weapons permit. He had a legal right to carry that weapon with him, okay?
Yeah.
And we talked about the Second Amendment, and you said something about before the Civil War. Well, in the state of Florida, the requirements were met by Mr. Zimmerman.
Okay.
You
Mr.
said
Taaffe,
something about the Civil War before.
It was the
I want to talk about the gun issue here.
War when the Brits, the Tories, were bursting into people's homes.
Weapon.
I appreciate you trying to recite history.
When he saw Trayvon on drugs, he said he's on drugs, and they found THC in his system. Did they not? He said this guy looks suspicious and he's on drugs. And what did they find in his system? They found THC, tetrahydrocannabinol.
Mr. Taaffe, I hope you've had the opportunity to calm down and address the issues that we're talking about. The issue.
There's no THC in my system. I'm chilled out. Well, number one, Arias and Gacy were convicted murderers. George was not. He was acquitted, okay? Number two, this painting doesn't
Number one, both of them killed somebody.
Number two.
And number two, so does your buddy George Zimmerman.
He was
killed
acquitted,
Trayvon
okay?
He
Yeah,
still
we
killed
know
him.
that. That's a fact.
He killed Trayvon Martin, an unarmed boy, heading home to his father's house.
They found him not guilty.
Hey, that's the jury's problem, not mine. I know what you're doing, Taaffe. You're trying to focus off George Zimmerman, focus on Teen Mom. She's the bad one. Did you have a Caltech? Did you have a Caltech long gun in the delivery room when she gave birth?
He did. He was a legal concealed weapons permit carrier, okay?
A legal concealed weapons carrier? Did you just say that? A legal concealed weapons carrier?
He had a permit.
I don't care.
He had a permit to carry that weapon.
And you know what? Jeffrey Dahmer, had a legal right to have knives and a boiling pot. That doesn't mean it's okay.
A legal right. I think Corey needs to pack up the circus and move the tents back to Jacksonville while she can.
No offense, sir, but I'd appreciate it if you would speak when you're spoken to. Back to our two guests, Frank Taaffe, friend of George Zimmerman, and Daryl Parks, attorney for Trayvon Martin's family. Gentlemen, it's like herding cats with you two.
And I want to answer to your question if he had fell down on the sidewalk. Well, if that was true, he would have had abrasions on the inside of his hands.
I didn't say fall down on the sidewalk.
Maybe you did. I think you did before.
No. In the call, she's frantic, claiming that Zimmerman has a gun, that she is afraid that he's already accosted her father. And lo and behold, as I'm sitting here, I hear in my ear that Zimmerman's defense is that his wife was the aggressor. Wow, this sounds familiar. What's he going to do, Taaffe? claim stand your ground again?
No one's looking for artistic value, okay? Like I said, this is not going to be hanging in the Louvre in Paris. Number two, have you been on eBay?
Did you say
have you seen the Trayvon Martin?
Did you actually
have
just
you
say
seen
the
Trayvon Martin stuff?
Okay, cut his mic. I still hear him. Did you just say the Louvre? I can't see him. I'd like to see him. All I can see is a mugshot of George Zimmerman. Let's see Frank Taaffe, the person that's speaking right now. Did you actually just say the Louvre? Are you referring to the Louvre?
Louvre.
Okay,
right.
He's referring to a renowned museum, an art museum in France.
Right.
Please go ahead.
Listen,
on the Louvre. How did her father get a bloody nose?
Well, we'll have to find out the facts and the evidence in the case, won't we? And as of this moment, we only know her version.
Okay, so it's either her father punched himself in the nose, she punched her father in the nose to set up George Zimmerman, or George Zimmerman punched him in the nose. So what do you think, Taaffe? There's only 3 people there, and one has a bloody nose.
Well, there's her side, his side, and the truth. And I believe that the truth will come out that, she made it up. It's all contrived.
You know what? You just can't stand it, can you? That your man, George Zimmerman, has done it again. You were all about the DSM, like you had been taking some correspondence course in psychiatry. You know all about the diagnostic manual. Yeah. You were quoting DSM-4, but this afternoon you tell me that you were corrected. I can pull the transcript. You were quoting 4. Now it's 5.
And
are you telling me Trayvon Martin is somehow making a profit?
This man has every right to earn a living.
Answer me. Are you saying Trayvon Martin is making a profit off his own murder?
Have you seen the Trayvon? Have you been to the Trayvon Martin Foundation?
The boy is dead. He's not making any money.
Have you seen what the Martin family just bought in Dade County, a $500,000 home?
It's all the dead boy's fault. Ooh, I knew somehow he was involved in this. So, I don't even know what that says, but it does prove you can't write.
This is my record. This is the scoreboard. Taaffe 2, Nancy 0.